going to look at 8 different disciplines and majors related to food, agriculture, and natural resources. These things that we offer as Penn State. We're going to look at some of those careers that you could have through those 8 different disciplines, and how these majors can get you into those careers. And while some of you are on the young side, it's totally okay, but it's good to keep these things in mind, because everything that you're doing now until, when you go to college, it all comes together. You want to kind of let everything build on each other. Whether it's your GPA or if it's your interests, you want to kind of do things that relate to it. So, when we get applications, we get thousands and thousands of applications. Penn State as a system, as a larger campus, everything comes to one place. So if you want to apply to the College of Ag, you're going to apply to Penn State in general. And we get thousands and thousands and thousands of applications. So they have to make a cutoff somewhere, and that cutoff is with GPA. You should have the highest GPA that you can possibly bring yourself to, so that you can choose exactly what you want. What'd you say?
That's me, yeah.
Still try, and what you have still gets you somewhere. So don't sell yourself short. Okay? So, our careers and majors are animal sciences and pre-vet studies, biomedical and food sciences, business and community environment and development, education and multidisciplinary studies, engineering and technology, environmental sciences and policy, forest resources, and plant sciences. So some of the careers in animal and pre-vet studies would be veterinary medicine, animal nutrition and health, animal biosecurity and disease control, production animal agriculture and management, animal-related research, technical sales or services, and cooperative extension. Yes?
Okay, so I want to work in a zoo and work with the animals and stuff. So with that would count as that, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely. I would also say, if that's an interest of yours, you might want to look at some of the plants too, because you're going to have to look at different types of feed for those animals, so it might be interesting to you to get some of that as well. You'll see some of that come up, and then any of these have minors also, so you can do a few courses here and then a few courses in your major area of study, and it all goes together. So, it's a good question. Does anybody else have questions about what some of these might be? Okay. So we'll keep going. So animal sciences, you can have an option in business and management or in science, and that's really great because somebody who may not want to do the science portion could do the business portion. So they could learn how to run an animal business, or learn how to run a feed business for animals, or they could do the science portion like we were talking about with biomedical or with veterinary. So that kind of goes in those 2 different ways. So you also do an in-depth study of animal production management or animal biology, and you can have hands-on experience with the college's animals and facilities. We have pigs, and we have sheep, and we have poultry, we have horses, we have dairy cattle, and we have beef cattle. And we also have, barns for the different types of animals and things like that. So a lot of our students opt to live in the barns and to work with the animals on a daily basis. So that's a really great opportunity that you can't always get elsewhere. So just keep that in mind. And,
you don't physically live in the barn.
They live above the barn, next to it, but no, not in the stalls. Thank you. So with veterinary and biomedical sciences, more than 40% of grads are admitted to vet schools afterwards. So, like I was saying before, keep that in mind. It's a great thing. Strive for it. Make sure that if you want to go to vet school, that you keep your grades high, that you're really interested. That you keep going in that way. You do internships. You learn about the research, but also remember that 40% is still below half. So sometimes you might not get into school. And with a degree in animal sciences, you aren't necessarily stuck with that. You could go into a different field if it doesn't work out for you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that, if you go to another college, like a 2-year college,
Mm-hmm.
for that stuff, and then you go to Penn State, you would have a better chance of getting into that school.
The chance of vet school really depends on your grades and your experiences and your application. I couldn't say that like going one way would get you more or different. It just depends on your grades and your experiences. So I would say maybe like the 4-year college might be the best chance of going to vet school, but you could also do the 2 years, see what it looks like, and then do, finish up the 4 years if you want to, because the associate degree is 2, and then the undergraduate degree, baccalaureate is 4. So, you can kind of mix and match, make a decision, and that's what we really like is that you can choose, you can choose to do 2 years, and then you can come to University Park to finish your degree, because we have the facilities. So, what was I saying? So, yeah, so you can do your 2 years at any of the other colleges, and then come to University Park. Yes?
What's the minimum grade you have to GPA like that?
It changes every year. Like I said, there's thousands and thousands of students, so they kind of make a cutoff. I think, is it in here?
Yeah, it's about 3.5
Yeah.
to 3.9.
3.5 to 3.9 for University Park, and it changes. The other campuses are 2.9 to 3.5, and it can change. Like I said, if you do the 2 years, you can, come on to University Park after the 2 years too. But like I said, just keep your stuff up, and sometimes they make exceptions and things change. But if you're going to put in an application, make sure you put in more than one location. I would say up to 3. They're going to ask you what your preferences are. I would put down 3 so that you can, if you don't get into one, you can still go to other ones. So, we'll move on if anyone, we're good? Okay. So, we talked about veterinary and biomedical. This is biomedical and food science that we were talking about before with like the peaks and stuff. Oh, you know what, we didn't talk about cooperative extension. That came up on the bottom of the other one. Can somebody tell me what cooperative extension is? That's at the bottom. Does anybody know an extension agent in this county?
We talked to you about chickens. Dr. Martin did. And he is an example. He is an extension educator. So basically, what he told you he does, he goes around to different farms, or he'll help us with projects, but he shares research to people who are in the industry or people who are in education, and he'll share study information with them.
So, on that note, Penn State is a land-grant university, and a land-grant university, does anybody know what that is? Okay. Land-grant university, there's one that exists, at least one that exists